guys, it's Miss Clark, and I am here with your Monday, May 10th, 2021 math lesson. And so today we are going to be looking at the first page in your packet, which is an activity sheet. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys will have this, but we can look at it anyway. So, number one, it says partition the rectangles in two different ways to show equal shares. First of all, our goal is that it says I can find the total number of colored tiles that will cover a rectangle. So one of those vocabulary words is called partition. Partition means to separate into equal pieces. Okay, so you have two rectangles here. You see them? It says two halves. Let's see if I can make my screen bigger. Let's see if it'll. Nope, that's not what I did. Trying to make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it better. All right, so you're going to separate or partition them in two halves. So the first one, remember, they have to be equal-sized pieces. So I'm going to draw a line right down the middle of the first one. Okay, they're in two equal halves, and I just partitioned it. Okay. Now, another way, you can hear my kids outside. All right, another way you can divide it is like this. I know it's not quite equal, but you get the idea. So they're supposed to be equal-sized pieces, and there are two halves or two parts of it, okay? So are the halves equal? Yes. Why are they equal? Because I tried my best to draw them to be equal. I'm not going to write that down, but you can if you want to. All right, B, fourths. We have to divide it into four pieces. Okay, so pretend like you've got a candy bar and you're trying to divide it between four different people. And you want everybody to have the same amount of candy bar. So you're going to divide it in four pieces. Okay. Is this equal? Doesn't look like it. It looks like these two people get more or bigger pieces than these two. Okay, so that doesn't work, does it? What if we try it this way? All right, look at the second rectangle. Okay, the second one looks like it. It says, are the fourths equal? No. I'm talking about the first one. Why or why not? And that's because we're trying to look for equal size pieces that everybody's going to get the same size. Okay, so now I want you to shrink myself back down again and go over to the corner. All right, so it says lot children choose tools. Okay, so the Martin family plants a garden shaped like a rectangle. How can you use colored tiles to show the shape of the garden? All right, well, what I'm going to do, since I don't have colored tiles with me, is I'm going to draw a rectangle the best that I can. I don't have a ruler either on the computer. So it says show the shape. So what if I do this? If I divide it into mostly equal size pieces, just like we did before. That didn't quite work, but we tried our best, right? We don't have tiles at our disposal. Okay, so I'm pretending I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles. Okay, so I'm pretending I have 8 of those. All right, so go ahead and draw that. Okay. All right, next one. Okay, so how many squares will cover the rectangle? This is kind of hard when you don't have colored tiles, isn't it? Okay, so use colored tiles to cover the rectangle, trace around the square tiles. That's going to be tricky. Oh, what if try this. Make squares. That looks like a good size square. 1, 2, 3. We're pretending. 4. We're pretending they're all the same size. 5 and 6. I'm estimating that probably 6 of them would fit in here. Okay, so let's pretend that we have 6. Okay, I'm not sure what the exact correct answer is, but in our case, that's what we got because we're using what we have. All right, so I'm going to clear the selection. Okay, let's go down to the bottom. So how many rows? Well, we had 3 rows. Okay, how many columns? We had 2 columns. And how many square tiles? We had 6. Okay, so we had partitioned it or divided it into 6 sections. And then how'd you place the tiles to cover the rectangle? Well, we placed them as close as we could to each other, considering that we had to draw them. All right, so go ahead and move on to the next page. All right, Mr. Chan bakes a pizza. It is shaped like a rectangle. He wants to cut it into squares. Use colored tiles. Trace around the square tiles to show how to cut the pizza. Trace around the square tiles to show 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, I'm going to use my handy dandy little thing right here. 1. We'll just kind of try and make them the same size. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. There we go. All right, so how many square tiles did we use? Well, we used 6, just like we did on the last page. Okay, let's go ahead and mark that in. All right. Now, it says use colored tiles to cover the rectangle. Trace around the square tiles. Write how many. I wonder how many this is going to be. Looks like it's going to be 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oop, messed up on that one. 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I did a really bad job. Pretend they're all squished together. All right, so how many rows do we have? We have 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. 3. How many columns? 1, 2, 3. Okay, how many do we have? We counted out 9. Okay, sorry about the trickiness. I didn't have square tiles to use to show you. Okay? All right, so I'm going to clear my screen and move on to the next one. So now you're going to do the on your own section. So you're going to use colored tiles to show how many tiles Hugo uses and trace around them. How many rows, how many columns, how many square tiles. All right, now they have a drawing for you. Peggy puts 2 colored tiles on the rectangle and then traces them. Cover the rest of the triangle. Trace around the square tiles. How many rows, how many columns. All right, and then what tools can I use to solve problem 6? Oh, it says it right here. Color tiles and a pencil. So that's kind of the answer for the purple one down there at the bottom. All right, so go ahead and draw your little squares the best you can if you don't have colored tiles. I'm not sure if we're sending them home or not. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!